Wait, how do? Let me open this up.
Do you have enough live?
Yeah, I'm on. I'm live. We're telling your followers. Hey, brother. Hey, guys. Hi, Junior. Hi, Zani. Thank you for joining us. You save afterward. Yeah. So we're going to wait for a few more people to join us. What I kind of wanted to do at first. Hello. Oh, this is so exciting. My people are here. Hey. This is really exciting. Donna, it's been a day. It's been a day. But you know what? I had this to look forward to. And so this was it. All right. So I am going to add Norwalk Moms, Genie. My girl, Genie. This is so exciting, you guys. This is like my first official live. Hello. Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
He said we're not?
No, but I guess.
Oh, you look gorgeous. You got dolled up for me.
It's called a filter. It's an Instagram filter. It's an awesome.
Okay. You see, I need to know about these things.
Okay, look on your screen. See, there's a little face with a little star. Touch that.
Oh, okay. So those. Yeah. I gotcha.
And I like this.
I think I'm a raw dog it tonight.
No.
So, yeah. So this is.
I have a young baby
one, and we decided to kind of do a Q&A. You can kind of introduce yourself and say, you know, what it is that you do for us Norwalk people and the people in CT, the 203.
Yeah. So I bought a home. My husband and I bought a home in Norwalk, and I went to join the local moms group, you know, where I can meet other moms and find a community. And I did a little search. I couldn't find it. Maybe I spelt it wrong, checked again, it wasn't there. And I thought, impossible, it's impossible. There's stepping stones, the Sono Mall, the aquarium. I'm for sure forgetting something. Like, there's so many things in Norwalk, right? And then
even mentioned an amazing library too.
Yeah, and the library. So I just thought it's impossible. So I checked the handle and it was available. And I looked at my husband. I remember it was actually Mother's Day. So it hasn't. The page is not a year old yet. On Mother's Day will be my Norwalk Moms 1 year anniversary. But I looked at it and I'm like, the handle's available. I'm gonna take it. And I had no idea I had no idea that I was going to become this, but the resource that has become for the community has just been like awesome. It's awesome. I get messages all the time, and I love connecting people. It makes me so happy.
That's what I was going to say, bringing people together, because I'm from Queens. I still work in Queens. So primarily it's like I get in my car.
That's a journey.
Come home.
Journey.
So getting to know people in the area hasn't been the easiest. And I think New Yorkers might be friendlier. I'm not sure. I don't want to seem biased. But I'm always like, hi. And sometimes people are just like, hey. So it's nice to meet like-minded people. And I think as entrepreneurs, we just kind of gravitate towards one another because we understand the hustle and the grind. And it's just a respect that, you know, we have for one another that kind of just carries us through and builds a connection.
For the hearts. Yay.
Yeah. So then I started following your page like almost immediately, because that was like the beginning of the pandemic.
But that was like really early on. You were like in the first month, I would say, so I started the page May 27th, and then I didn't really do anything with it. And then, you know, I started thinking like, you know, what can I do with it? And my husband actually said to me, it was kind of the drivers said, I'd been living in Stanford, so we had just bought a house, and I was ordering food from Stanford, or we were picking up food. And he's like, no, stop. He's like, you have to support the restaurants in Norwalk. We own a home in Norwalk.
Right.
Sure that we support, especially now. If all these restaurants fail, the problem you know, it's terrible for the businesses. It's terrible for the residents don't realize like it's going to affect your property also. So it made me think like, wait a minute, if this, and that was still early. I'm like, if this continues throughout the summer, some restaurants are really going to be impacted. So then I started finding restaurants and finding businesses. And then I found you and I was like, ooh, what is this?
And it's funny because I was following Greenwich moms, Stamford moms, Westport moms. Like there wasn't, like you said, there wasn't a Norwalk moms, and I lived in Norwalk and always looking for things to do with Major.
Exactly.
You know, because he's home, so always looking for enrichment activities. So I was following the mom groups, and alas, here we are. We have a nice group going too.
So look, a quick thing about a group. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later, but I've been learning some tricks, right? I've been learning some tricks. I didn't know what was going to happen with this page. It hasn't been a year and it's at 3,000, which I'm told is good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know with, you know, Instagram specifically growing the page, but I think it's been growing because there's awesome people that have been sharing their tips, and they've been just fully just saying, do this, do this, do this, do this.
Mm-hmm.
So for the group,
and it's organic.
It's organic. It's people that are in like-minded. So I'm going to talk about something called pods. So if you're interested in potentially joining a pod, we're going to talk about that after. But yes, that's a group of people working together to help boost your Instagram algorithm.
I know, and that's something that I literally know nothing about. The whole, even you're like, girl, you didn't put any hashtags. What are you doing? And then I have to go.
Why are you posting if you're not going to put hashtags? Come on.
Listen, I'm just, because the thing is the schedule. Even tonight, I was like, oh my God, it's 7:30. And then where does the time go? But I'm so happy. I'm so fulfilled. I'm so moving in my purpose. The day zips by.
Oh, wait, I'm going to ask you a question right away. I'm going to get right in it. First question. Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
You asked me, guys, this is what happened. She asked me, I want to do like a Q&A. Would you be interested? I'm like, I have questions already. So,
okay.
Right? I know a little bit about your life. Where do you find, so I've seen your products at the Shop the Sona collection. You have tons of products. When do you find time, right? You're a bit, when do you find time to make these products? Because I've purchased some, right? Before, when I was first getting to know you, before I posted about you, I'm like a little spy. I'm like, okay, I can't post. That's the thing. I hope you guys appreciate it, is I don't want to just post all these random things, right?
Right.
So I went to the mall. The first thing I got, it was a spray, like a citrus, I don't remember what it was called. It was a citrus spray. And it was just so lovely. So I know your products. I know the quality of your products. The question is,
Aww.
when are you making these products?
So probably
so
random times, but usually in the middle of the night when the house is quiet, everybody's sleeping. Today was a day that we made some stuff, but working from home now has made it much more fluid for me because I'm not leaving the house. I had a heck of a commute before also because I was living in Norwalk and working in Queens.
Wow.
So I spent a lot of time in my car. So that instantly gave me like 3 hours in the day because I'm not commuting. So I use that time wisely and I'll just attack. And so I'll do like let's say I'll take a nap, maybe an hour, 2-hour nap, and that'll give me enough like fuel to literally break night. So I'll like say, okay, the kids go to bed around 7:30. I'll take a nap from like 8 to 10. Wake up, start working from 11 and like work straight through 6 o'clock in the morning. And I'm happy doing it. And it's so funny, you know.
So how do you, is there like a, how do you balance it question then? Like, is there, what's the balance? I do watch
I like drink some green tea and then start teaching, right? So it's like, it's a balance. I'm doing two things I love, but it's so, both of them require so much of you. But I think it's just one of those things when you truly are in your purpose, it flows. So that's exactly what it is. I feel like I have an extra day each week somehow because
3 hours must.
Yeah, I sit down and I'm like, how the hell did I do all of this? Or sometimes I'm looking at the kiosk and I'm like, who made all this shit? And I'm just, it's really mind boggling. And it's so exciting because you know, I'm getting emotional because that's when you know when something's working through you and you're doing
like who is Pure by Shasha? Like, okay, you're Shasha, but who is, like, what is this? You, like, who is this? Who's this team? Like, who is this?
Oh, so my husband, right? So he was the one who so Major, our son, was the one who is the reason the whole business started. So he had little eczema patches. I've always been very holistic, farm over pharmacy type. Wanted to heal him myself because, you know, I'm a healer. And and so I made it, it worked. And then it was just like our little family secret. I always make stuff. And then one day my husband was like, you know, why aren't you selling this? This is amazing. Because I was always selling something before. You know, I used to do vegan meal prep, stuff like that. So all of a sudden, I kind of tested it out. And I'm a very friendly person. So when I was approaching people, nobody was like, oh, now you want to talk to me? Because I talk to everybody.
Yeah.
So it was like, and I had already laid the foundation of being kind of healthy, organic, natural kind of lifestyle, always into fitness and eating healthier, whatever healthy is, you know. And so it just kind of made sense. So people just started buying it and I was not ready. So I can say, I was like, okay, I can do this by myself at first. At first
Yeah.
It was like me. Then it was like, okay, I need help. And sometimes as women, or for me, I struggle with asking for help because I'm always like, well, if you see me struggling, you should offer. Like, why do I have to ask?
All the time. I ask my husband all the time, all day.
Yeah, but you know what? You have to, you know, get rid of that. As you know, for me, I had to break through.
Yeah.
And started asking for help, and he would be like, so our little son is 4. He would open the jars. Then I would sterilize them. He'd put the crystal in because there's a crystal at the bottom of everything. And then we have the jar filler. My niece helps. She's 15. My sister-in-law helps. She's like a
on family business.
Yeah, it's like 5 of us, and we're all like just literally everybody has a role, and it works seamlessly.
Okay, wait,
But it's true when you're the maker. Say it again.
You mentioned a crystal. What? Let's talk. Can we talk about that for just a minute? Like what? What a minute. Like, what do you mean? There's a crystal in every jar.
Crystal magic. So I'm so into.
Please.
Yeah, like crystal energy and just the magic of natural things that the earth made that are so beautiful and carry such magic and energy in them.
What kind of crystal is this?
So normally I'll use clear quartz or rose quartz because clear quartz is considered like the master healer, and it just imbues positivity, blocks negativity. Like who can't use that, right?
So someone told me, is this I think is it one specific product, but if someone buys it, they will never stop buying it and they keep buying it. I heard that.
What is a product?
No, there was a product that I heard that you sell, that if someone buys that one particular product, is that it?
Oh,
keep buying that over and over. What is that?
The tea tree and calendula
That's what
scrub.
I heard someone say that. What is it?
The tea tree and calendula scrub.
I'm writing it down.
Everyone who buys that buys it again. Yeah.
See, that's like a testimonial that like you need. So here's an Instagram tip right away. That person who comes back again, who's like, remember me? I bought that. It was awesome. This is what I loved about it. You know, I need 2. You say to them, that's great. Thank you for supporting my business. Can you please go onto my Instagram and write me a review? Or if you have a Google page, or if you have any type of analytics, you get them to do it.
Right.
Well, because if you ask them to do it through your Instagram, that person will most probably follow you because they've purchased your product.
Right.
So get them to write a testimonial, and then let's say you make that nice, you put that as a post. Any potential person who goes onto your page could become a client now, because now they see that. And now they see that it's a trusted product that another person really loves.
Yeah, because it's always genuine. And that to me is the biggest compliment, credit, validation. It's like you can fool anyone once, right? But when people repeat it, I'm just like overjoyed. And that's the beauty of a small business, because you're meeting the person who's making the stuff. You're feeling the energy, and there's a lot of energy.
So why did you start this? Like, why did you start this into a business? And like, you could have continued to make it for like your friends. And
I know.
because now this is like a legitimate business. This is like,
Oh, I can't even believe what
so
happened in the span of a year.
that's what I,
October was a year.
yeah.
So not even a year and a half. And it surpassed anything we could have thought of. I've always, anyone who knows me knows, people used to say I was born with like a basket on my head selling in the marketplace. I've always sold some. I've done beach body. I've done like passion parties and all
Yes.
that stuff. And yeah, I used to make lollipops, and I just kind
So
of,
you just had the entrepreneurial spirit,
both
but
my parents were entrepreneurs, so it was something I saw. My father never worked for anyone, so it was just kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, but we're raised to kind of just grow up, get a job, and that's kind of how you think, and that's what we all did, myself and all my siblings. But there's always something in me that was like hustle mode, and I was a single mother also for many years. So for me to always be able to provide for my son, it was just one of those things where I had to have a little side hustle. And so I just kind of got my people used to be like, do you owe someone money? You're always working. But that's just kind of my personality.
so what do you think drives you?
I just like making a difference. I love creating. I know that when I touch people, it makes a difference. Like, that's the reason I teach. Truly, like the true altruistic type that's just like, I can heal the world. I can, one person at a time. So knowing that I have that ability to heal people, knowing that for my son, I've always, since I had him, was like, I'm homeschooling this kid. Once I got to know
But
his
you're a math, so people who don't know, you're a math teacher. So
I
me
am. I've been
school would be horrific and terrifying for everyone, like everyone involved. You're a math teacher, so let's
I've been a math teacher for
bad.
17 years. I've been a special ed middle school math teacher. So that's like the Marines of teaching,
Yeah.
right?
Math, like, which is
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Key. That's so sweet. So yeah, and so having the ability to make that extra money and bank it, knowing that I'm gonna want to homeschool him, and also wanting him to step into a situation where he can become part of the business and build it, because he knows so much. He can.
you posted a video, such a cute video, and he's like going step by step. This is the steps we take to get this. It's like, oh, that's a dream, just to give kids all those options to know that, you can start. If you think about something and it's good, you work hard enough and it's a good enough idea, like you can make something. Like you
And
said,
they don't teach us that in school. They don't teach us
No.
that at all. So it's kind of something that either is in you, or how will you ever know? So I'm just so thankful that I've always had that like hustle in me, and just like, I'm still always thinking, even with the business, it started with butters. And then all of a sudden I was making candles and scrubs, and it just kind of, I'll go to bed and I'm like, peppermint hemp. Never heard of it, never saw it anywhere. And then all of a sudden I'll see it. Oh, Lush has peppermint hemp? I didn't even know. I swear, like, I didn't even know that patchouli rose was a thing. In my heart, it was just two things that went together.
Can you tell us a secret? What is something that you're working on that we don't know about that you could tell us now?
Let's see. Oh, yes.
Now you're on the spot.
It does. It comes naturally. It does. You gotta be born with it. So my husband, right? He always kind of struggled to grow facial hair. I used to joke, it was like he had a struggle beard. Like, it was like kind of coming in, but kind of not, like patchy and stuff like that. So I kind of created this sea moss gel.
Okay.
So he started drinking it and taking it and applying it, and all of a sudden he now has this like,
oh
beard.
wow.
Yes, and he's 40.
Awesome.
He's in his 40s, so his whole life it was never able. So I'm like, okay, I need to make this a thing. So it's kind of something that I didn't know was gonna work, but it worked so well. Yeah, and then we had another friend too that it worked well for. So we're like, okay, we definitely have to do this beard thing, and then we're looking at teas as well. an
need to
herbal.
trade. So if that's gonna work, you're gonna have to trademark that or do
Yeah,
copyright or something, because
yeah. When I tell you,
that could be big. Some people like me putting it on their heads, rubbing it in.
yeah, and I get it wild crafted, straight from Jamaica. So it's like the real deal because there's a lot of fake sea moss out there. So you got to make sure you're getting
I
like the real
didn't know,
stuff.
didn't even know sea moss was a thing. So
You got to
or
Google
you
it.
know, the more
It's
you
a complete, you can survive on it alone, literally. It has 92 of the essential, yep, the minerals that we need and to function. You can, for your joints, for your bones, your hair, sex drive. It removes mucus from the body.
you're
It's
gonna
like,
sell it in like 10 different forms right now.
yeah, it's something I take daily. All of us take it daily, and some of us apply it. It's like a youth serum, a growth, you know, it's just one of those things. So I'm really excited about that. Look,
So
some some of my kids are on. You know, you're a good teacher when your kids want to watch. My old students want to watch. Hey, guys.
so I tried one of your hacks this week. I tried it. I was making strawberries for my daughter in the morning for her lunch, putting in our little lunchbox. And I went to cut it, and I said, no, wait, no, not that way. So I chopped the head off,
Yeah.
kept the stem, but I cut a little bit more to be generous to myself, you know, to give some to me.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter left for school, and then I applied it all over my face. All over my face, cleaned my kitchen, went upstairs, took my shower. I didn't take a picture. I should have took a picture, but it was like, yeah, it removed my dead skin.
Baby soft skin.
That was free.
Yeah. So what you do is, for those who didn't see, you just cut the top of the strawberry and you just glide it all across your face. Let it sit for a little bit. Rinse it. Baby soft skin. I literally got my first facial ever in my life last Sunday.
Wow.
I've never gotten a facial. I've always just used stuff in the cabinet, in the fridge,
Where'd you go?
avocado, honey. Say it again.
Where did you go?
The funny thing is I have no idea where I went because it was my birthday and my husband's like, get in the car. And then he like dropped me off. And
That's so nice. What a nice husband.
I didn't even know where I was when I got there, but it's in Fairfield County. Yeah, and I got a massage and then I got a facial, and it was my very first facial. And I was like, this has got to become a thing because now I know why people get facials.
The steam, when they do the steam.
Yeah.
I feel like I could steam my own face, but I don't know, it's lovely.
Yeah, and speaking of steaming, that's another thing that we're kind of been exploring and looking into, the whole steaming of the yoni steaming and those kind of herbal, because my whole deal is aromatherapy and healing with herbs and flowers. And there's so many ways to incorporate that through teas, through the skin, through sprays. Aromatherapy really is therapy. You can smell something and calm all the way down, you know, or become invigorated or, you know, energized. So
I've tried it for calming and for nausea.
mm-hmm.
When I had my daughter in the delivery room, I had both. And my husband was like, I felt like a boxing coach because I was like, okay, smell this. Okay, smell that. Some water. Okay, smell this, smell that, drink some water.
Yep, and migraines too.
I had a really good routine going for a while, but it worked. It really did. The lavender, what was the other one? Pepper. I think it was peppermint and lavender that I smelled.
And it's funny, the thing with peppermint that's so amazing is that it does relax you, but it does energize you. It's almost like it depends on what you need it to do.
Deliver a baby.
Yes. And clary sage is a good one for the delivery room.
I didn't know about that.
Oh, okay. So you gotta, there's a AB Beauty, I think.
DM her, send her a DM.
Yeah. So message me. I'm all about supporting local.
And then
that facial was
review.
great. Oh, hey, Nye. How are you, Naija? So I had wanted to kind of show them where I work, because one of the thing is we had recently moved to Trumbull in November. Early November, was around Halloween. And one of the things when we were looking for a home was to have 2 kitchens. Okay. And it's not easy to find a home with 2 kitchens. So
No.
when I first started, I started in my kitchen. This is what I do. I love to cook. That's the only thing my husband and I used to fight about, is that I never left the kitchen. And his friends were like, really? That's a problem? Get rid of the kitchen.
What? Come live. You want to come live here? I finished part of my Easter decorations.
Yeah. Oh, nobody decorates like you.
Come over. You can live in the kitchen. Like, I'll make you whatever you need, please.
Yeah. So when we were able to find a space, because I told you I make consumables also, the elderberry syrup, sea moss gel. So I wanted a separate fridge just to keep everything separate, which I was doing. But of course, it's easier when it's literally separate. So you just have separate everything. And so this is our upstairs kitchen for the house. And I like where we do the cooking and our personal stuff. And then just so y'all know, Pure by Shasha has its own dedicated space, and it just brings me so much joy because I started like
worked so hard for that.
I started with a cabinet in the kitchen, like a little ass cabinet. And then we were in a building where eventually, because things took off so fast, I'm like, oh my God, I had to order all these jars and, you know, the butters are going. So then we had rented a storage room in the building. That was probably maybe like $200 a month or something, but it was like way around the corner. So I was like, I forgot the shea butter. And then I had to I was like, I'm going to get a scooter. So I was going to get a scooter to go. So now that I'm like, everything's here and I can just go to the garage, or I can just have everything and own stove, own fridge. I'm just like so blessed. And it's
not to mention the outside, not to mention the outside. Wait.
Yeah. And so I want to start eventually like doing my own oils and everything. So it's just wait. There is so much coming. So much coming. So this is the upstairs. And I just want to show the downstairs area, which is like sorry, I'm kind of walking.
Oh boy.
my husband's painting. Excuse me. Hello.
Hey everybody.
So yeah, so this is our separate area here.
The camera?
So do you see it?
Can you flip the camera?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, press those arrows. Yeah. And
it's so crazy, right?
Perfect. Then you could back up and then we could see a better view.
Yeah, so it's like having a little kind of woman cave.
Love.
Just, you know, come. And we actually made some butters today.
What do you get the woman who has everything? 2 kitchens.
I know. So I'm able to keep the stuff for the business here and make the stuff here. And like I said, everything's separate. So if I need to just get away, I feel like this is like our little personal space. This here is actually some pet butters that we're making because clients would buy the butters and then say that it healed their pets.
Wow.
They would dab some on like a hot spot or different things and it would heal the pets. So we started making fur baby bliss butter.
That's for you.
So that's working out. What do you want to do? Okay. So yeah, so this is it. Let me turn it around again. Let me turn it this way. Oh, that's Vivian. She's hiding. She's hiding today. So yeah, so this is like where I can say I come to think, to get like inspiration in the mornings. I always start with meditation to kind of open me up to whatever, right? You never know. You have to be open. And
is that how you rejuvenate?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All in the breath.
In the morning, sometimes in the morning you'll post like those meditation videos, or you'll post like a view. Do you have like you have a room, and then in your bedroom you have a second room or a loft that's like a meditation loft?
Yes, I do.
Yeah? That's
and
awesome.
I use it daily.
Wow.
I definitely do. And also we have a gym. And so I definitely get my little cardio in every day and do some stretching. You have to. Like, we're getting older. I always keep saying, I don't mind getting older, because if you don't, you're dead, right? but I definitely don't want to break down.
Yeah.
So I feel like whatever we have to do to sustain our health and not take it for granted, which also includes using quality natural products, because what we're ingesting, what you're putting on your skin, what you're breathing in, you know, Yankee candles smell great, but they're like super toxic. So you know,
I
my
had,
candles aren't.
I
So
had
there's a difference.
yeah, I had no idea that you get this candle, you're like, wow, 2 for 12. And you're so excited. And you're like, you know why it's 2 for 12? I'm going to tell you why it's 2 for 12.
Because there's a black ring around it and stuff
Ah,
like that.
I didn't
Yeah.
like
So
make
yeah, so definitely meditation, working out, eating well, you know, hydrating, crystal therapy, all that stuff. Because the thing about it, when I'm making the products, I'm so careful not to make them when I'm tired or when I'm just feeling aggravated or any type of negativity, because I truly believe that that goes into the products. And people will tell me there's something about it that when they put the products on, they can feel the energy, like the good vibes, because the initial intention was to heal. So I think every jar just has that healing energy in it, plus good vibes and good energy and just like happiness and joy and love and all the stuff that we need, you know. So it's in there. It's in every container.
I'm very happy that I spoke with you today.
Me too.
The first week, pretty much the second week, maybe. So soon after I started posting, and I was searching in Norwalk, and I found you, and I was like, wow, you have such a good energy. And then we started like exchanging right away, and it was such a nice. It's really hard sometimes, I think, when you start an Instagram page and you're trying to get momentum, and you find people, and you find like sometimes there's blocks. And
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was the energy was so open, and it was so easy to have an exchange with you. And I like that. I want
Thank you.
people like that and just try to connect them, because I think that when we had the lunch and I connected you with Don from the Cousins Connection,
Oh yes.
it was like you knew them but you never met them. At the end, you guys are like in the parking lot doing like number exchange.
I know. We're gonna get together, everybody, and then also Allie.
But yeah,
right?
yeah.
With the we want to do a collaboration with the CBD, you know, because who doesn't need a little CBD?
Yes. I use it. So my hands were getting really dry. And I think it was before Christmas, and I got one and I started using it. And I wrote to her, I'm like, okay, let's start talking about some of the stuff that you're making. Like, let's talk about this. Is really, she used to be an organic farmer. She used to work at terrain, those little terrariums in terrain you buy. She would make, you met her. How she's so creative, and her energy is so positive and loving.
And it's kind of like I can see in her what happened to me, where she was just minding her business, making something for her kids. And then she's like, oh, no, I'm not really selling it. But then all of a sudden, it's like people want to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and I always tell people, if you have a gift and you don't share it, you are selfish. I don't care. Because if everyone hid their talents, what would this world be without art, without music, without, you know, all of the beautiful things that people create? What if people didn't do that? Like, what would this, you know, sometimes I look at like comedians and I'm like, what would their life be like if they couldn't just be funny or just express?
You know what, I'll tell you, I know what there's actually an answer to that. And I found out that answer recently by chance. I met 3, I would say, main accounts since I started Norwalk Moms. The first one was 203. She has like 40 pages or something.
Oh, yeah. I met her.
Michaela.
Yeah, Michaela.
No, I think 40 is like, no, she has like 60 pages on Instagram. But she is so supportive. She is just phenomenal. Then there's Yummy Domain. Okay. I actually ended up having lunch with her. I loved her. So you couldn't be kinder, right? Then I meet Westchester Blogger. These 3 people, by the way, these 3 accounts, you can check out these 3 accounts, have more followers than most people you're following. These are, and this is these are organic, genuine.
Oh, yes.
Live, interactive, followers. These are not one person. Sorry, my battery. Not
No,
one person
yeah,
has been
because
bought.
and then she
Not
was
one.
saying that you don't want dead followers, yeah, or you want
don't
the
want dead
organic.
The point is, these three people have incredible accounts, right? But they share every single tip and trick. The minute they find out, they share it. They don't hoard
Yeah.
it, they keep it. They don't, like as you said, selfishly. No, they share it, share it, share it, share it. And shout out to Mount Kisco Moms. You rock also sharing tips. I love
Yes.
that. When you share tips like that, even if it's one tip and you're like, "Ooh, this really works," and you get, share it, share it. If you just stay like, I'm not gonna like this picture because I don't want, like, it's a free like, it doesn't actually funny. It boosts your algorithm when you're interacting. It's good for your account. You just sit there not liking anything, like that's not helping you. It's not helping the person. I don't know what kind of like vibe or what kind of energy you're trying to put out there, but it's really not productive for anybody.
Right. Right. And then also it's like a scarcity mindset when you're scared to share something.
Like, I can't share. You look at these accounts. If you're now, if you're operating like that now, and you think that that's the way you're going to really boost your page, go look at those 3 accounts I just named. 203, any of her 203s, 203 local, Yummy Domain, and Westchester Blogger. But don't just look at how many followers they have. Here's something I also learned.
Yummy Domain is 203, the same one?
No, another one. So there's
okay.
Yummy Domain, 203, Westchester Blogger. Those 3 accounts, check how many followers they have, check how many likes they have, and check how many comments they have. Those are the 3 things you need to pay attention to when you're looking at an account. If an account has tons of followers, no likes, no comments, or very few, that's odd. Does that mean 90% of their followers are dead? Well, Michaela, you rock. She shared a tip with me, sociable. So 203 local, she's amazing with Instagram. She shared a tip, and it's this website. I'll share the link after. Sociable, I'm not sure, something sociable. And it tells you what's your interactive score. And that's the score that's important if you're trying to make your business. If you want to have a business, that's what you need to pay attention to. Not how many followers. No, that score. So,
and that, you said, is what boosts the algorithm.
The more genuine interactions and the more genuine interactions, the more content. There's a lot of, I definitely don't know all of it. The few things that I know about it are definitely interacting. You want to interact on social media with other people. You want to find accounts, interact with them. The algorithms, it seems like they're always changing. Instagram is a business, right? They want you to stay on for as long as possible. They have to engage you. How are they going to get to engage?
Right.
So they figure that out. So if you just go and let's say heart, I just put an emoji, one emoji on, for pasta, I put, a heart. That's kind of like a bot comment. So that's not going to help the person. If you think you're commenting to help them, it's not.
Right.
Help them.
Words are better.
3 words that describe the picture. So like if I see a picture of pasta, I'm not going to write I don't know, New York Stock Exchange. Like that's that might not help the person. But yeah, interacting. Number 1, you want to interact. You want to follow genuine accounts that you want to follow. You want to comment. You want to like. You want to share. Right?
Yeah.
Reels. At one time, they were saying they might ban TikTok. Around then, Instagram is a genius. They're like, I'm not going to lose that market. I'm going to create Reels. Pretty much the same thing as TikTok. And accounts that use Reels.
Sorry, my sister's moving the thing. It's fine. I feel like
I'm like, is it me?
We're gonna get it together. This is organic, very organic.
You know what?
You through these.
Take a funny pause. I have to go get my phone charger because I'm worried it's gonna just die.
No, it's better like that. It's good.
One second. Let me just get my phone charger. Keep them entertained for just a second. Sorry, guys.
It's better.
Thank you for joining, Key. This was fun. I want to make this like a thing,
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, somebody has a question.
Oh, a question.
And yes, we are goddesses. You are correct. We already like you. What's the difference between a business and a hobby? How does one transition from hobby to business?
Okay. Okay. I have an. Do you want to answer that?
You can answer, and I'll answer too. It might be different.
Exactly. But you want to go first?
Sure. So I know for me, initially it was a hobby, just
That's why I want
making
you to go.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've always been that type. I just like to do stuff with my hands and just making homemade stuff. Like, why buy it when you can make it? And so I think that's a hobby when you're just doing it for kind of fun for yourself and you're not really looking to earn or make a profit or anything like that. Whereas a business is when you start really investing seriously, making purchases on a larger scale. Whereas with a hobby, maybe you'd buy, 2 dozen jars where, I buy jars hundreds at a time, 500, 600, 700
Get it,
jars at a
girl.
time.
That's
Yeah. So
that's the
so
dream.
it
That's the
definitely
dream.
becomes a real thing. Then you have to start tracking things and, because obviously there's taxes involved, there's all these things. You have to apply, well, for us, we're an LLC, but you apply for some sort of whatever your entity you're going to choose to call your business. So that's what I think, that it goes
So
from
for me, it'll be more of an
planning.
Instagram perspective. I would, if you're doing a hobby now, but that's the Instagram page that you also use to post photos of your kids, family vacations, what you ate for lunch. And by the way, you're making, I don't know, wood little bunnies. I'm looking at these bunnies I bought. Wood bunnies. That's what you make. You make wood bunnies, but the majority of your posts are about nothing that has to do with wood bunnies. Okay, that hobby of making wood bunnies only becomes a business when that page transitions into a business. So you may have to start
Okay.
a page. If you're trying to do like a serious, legitimate business where you need to do taxes, and this is the kind of business you're going with, you need to really make sure that that Instagram page, do you really want somebody who's a potential customer then to scroll all the way down and they're investing money into whatever you're selling, and then they go down and it's like a picture that may not be appropriate? Because sometimes you post like a fun part, it may not represent the brand. I don't know. I'm just these are tips that I would say the majority of the stuff that I'm saying is going to be coming from a few things I learned on my own, a lot from 203 Local, Yummy Domain, and Westchester Blogger. These are things, and Westchester Blogger just did one with Mount Kisco Mall. They just did
So
a
you want
live
to
a few
keep the
days
page
ago where
like
they were sharing
consistent,
tons. Yeah.
right? You're
Yeah.
saying?
You definitely want to keep it consistent, and you want it to reflect the brand.
The brand. Okay. Yep.
That would be my business versus hobby. If it's a business, it needs to be a business.
Okay. What do you think, Alta Stellar?
I can't, something's wrong with the comments on mine. I cannot see the comments there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where they are. I'm trying, like, if you see me looking around, I'm trying to figure out I don't know what has happened here. Nope.
But yeah, even sitting here, I still pinch myself. And the gratitude in my heart, just from, like I said, from having clients that repeat, I would say because I told you that the tea tree and calendula scrub is probably the one that everyone buys again. I guess you use scrubs more. The butters do last a while. But in terms of repeat customers as a whole, because then
Yeah.
they'll come back and buy something else or try
Yeah,
something
exactly.
else.
Try something
I
else.
feel like 9 out of 10 people buy again.
Wow.
Yes. So it's
But
just
that's such a testament to
amazing.
how good it is.
So I find myself, because I always put a handwritten card in every order that we ship out. So, and I find myself going, thanks for your repeat order again, or for your continued support and stuff like that. And I'm like, validation. And it's funny because it's almost like it's something you're giving of yourself, because anything that's handmade, there's like literally a piece of you in everything. But the validation from the people is what keeps me like able to like not sleep. And I'm just so excited and making stuff and come up with new ideas, because I'm like, well, I got to give them something else. And sometimes people give me ideas. They're like, when are you going to make soaps?
Yeah, the dog.
Yeah. And people want deodorant and different things. So people are asking me for stuff and they're already clients of mine. So this is all just giving me I can't sleep. I have so much.
I would want, if you made deodorant, by the way, I would want deodorant. I was just talking to my husband 2 days, like just yesterday, and I think took off 2 days of conversation about how I preferred, it's not my body, I know it's not my body, but I would prefer if he didn't wear, I think it was antiperspirant or deodorant. We're trying to, I don't remember which one, what it's called, but I don't want him to wear anything that blocks his pores because it's
right.
really not how you're meant to sweat as a reason, and the sweat is toxins coming out of your skin. So to not allow your body to sweat and keep those toxins in every day, I'm like nervous. I'm like, stop, don't do that. So I would be so happy to buy.
You see, these are the things that keep my wheels spinning.
We just talked about this.
And
that.
Natural deodorant, it's not cheap. Just like anything else, anything you're trying to be healthy. It's like for whatever reason, there's like a healthy tax on everything. Like, why can't this just be normal? Like for everything to be not toxic or whatever. But it's cheaper to go the chemical route. It's always cheaper. I know for me, my products could be a lot cheaper if I was using plastic containers and I was not using organic ingredients and I wasn't, so it's just kind of a thing where you get what you pay for. And as those deodorants, really, I mean, sometimes I tell people, hey, look, I'm just a natural girl. Because I'm not killing myself with those
Here's an overshare. This is going to be an overshare. Sorry, TMI. I don't use deodorant.
Yeah.
So the times I've worn deodorant in my life was my wedding day. That day I wore deodorant, and it might have been antiperspirant, just because
I know.
wanted to block it in. I wanted to keep it in just for that day, and like that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I've done different things like the lime, the salt. So right now I'm playing around with one because I have a machine that makes different acidity waters. Oh. So that's one of my products is the beauty water.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, which you kind of just mist, and it just gives you like a nice
I've seen that.
Like a nice glow. You mist your hair and stuff. It kind of like wakes up. If you have curly hair, it's especially amazing because it's very hydrating.
Even in the winter, it must be like extra special winter, right?
Yeah, because the artificial heat is very drying everywhere you go. And so you just wake up. If you feel tired, I would keep it in the car for like when I was commuting to kind of when you get tired. So that same machine also makes a disinfectant water.
Oh.
Okay. So I sell a lot of those. It helps with eczema. It's cuts, burns. You have strep throat, you can spray it in your throat. Pink eye, you can spray it right in your eye. And I've been playing around with trying to see how it works because it is antibacterial, antimicrobial. So we'll see how that works deodorant wise.
Yeah, that was like a nice scent, a fresh, or like the rose smell.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind smelling like roses.
Yeah. So that's a little beauty water for you. Let me give you some. Do you feel hydrated?
Me?
I just misted you.
Oh.
So I misted everyone.
What? I was like, I want to take a drink of my beverage that's been sitting here. And then you said that. And then I was confused. I'm like, could you read my mind? Because I'm trying to take a sip of this beverage. And I keep popping out. And I'm like, I can't pop out again from this video. This is my first interview. I'm sitting cross-legged in my kitchen. Like, I don't know if you would hire me again as an interviewer, but.
No, but this feels good. And I always said, I literally proposed this to you like what 20 something hours ago or something. I don't know.
I was like, yes.
So
questions. I already have questions.
Yeah, and so I was like, listen. She was like, about what? I'm like, well, I'm not really sure. I said, we're both talkers.
I'm like, what kind of live? Like, we could do live anything. Like, what topic?
So I got a question about masturbation, huh?
I can't listen. I have to.
I was like, okay, but listen, we're all adults here, right? So this cream can be used for many, many things. Let's just say many, many, many things. So it's a head to toe butter.
I have to get out. Wait. Pause. I have to get out of the conversation and then come back in because my whole screen, like you guys don't know what I could see. It's corrupted. I can't see anything. Like I can see a party.
Oh.
I can't see any comments. It's killing me. Let me get out. I'm gonna get out and come right back in. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm so unprofessional. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. And somebody's asking. Yeah. So as far as her going with no deodorant, I always would try like natural stuff myself. So that's just one of those things where you have to just make the decision that you might be a little ripe sometimes because you don't want to be clogging up your pores like that. And with all the aluminum and stuff they have in deodorants linked to Alzheimer's and other degenerative diseases. Wait, she's coming back on. Thank you. I look forward to you trying them too. Yeah, I highly, highly recommend if you're going to start with something, the lavender butter is a nice one to start with, and the tea tree scrub and the beauty water. Cannot go wrong with that. That's a nice little, all this time I thought I was getting facials at home. So
You didn't have the steam.
right. So I'm like, this is all stuff I'm like, trust me, there's so many things I want to do that I'm just really excited about. But when you do the scrub in this, it does feel like you got some sort of little facial.
Before I left, were you guys talking about my armpits being smelly?
No, somebody
They're
said
not.
that.
I missed those comments, but I have to say, yes, I've had many lives, okay? At one point in my life, I lived in Asia. I was out of Taiwan, and I was all over Asia, but I was out of Taiwan. And I met someone from Australia who never used soap. Never. I thought it was so disgusting, but he never smelled. He never smelled. And like what's that expression in English? The proof is in the pudding. Like,
yeah,
your body gets used to it, right?
You're exactly right.
I didn't judge him anymore in the beginning. I'm like, you're so disgusting. You're so disgusting. You're so disgusting. You know, that was really mean. But I always told him he was so disgusting. He didn't use soap when he took a shower, right?
And
but
somebody said that the comment was they can't even go 24 hours without deodorant. So
that's why.
That possible?
That's why. So because I haven't used deodorant since, like, I think it was high school. So I also I had so many lives, right? In another life,
you don't have to worry about dementia, right? Because it's true, all the aluminum that's in the deodorants. That's one of the reasons why we, try not to use those things. So
see the comments.
But there was another comment. Somebody asked
I keep missing them all.
If the butters were suitable for self-pleasuring, I think was the term. They used another term.
Why am I missing? I'm missing the best part. Like the best part.
So
I have no comments. I can't get them.
It's a natural product, right? My products can be used 3 months and up, all natural. Okay. And I've been told that it has quite the slip. so yeah, somebody was like, just so you know, listen,
all right.
I'm always open to feedback.
So
just
now
like I found out it kills pets.
Do you have a new product? This is a new product to sell now.
Yeah, I know this picture looks like really gross, but this is a cat's paw. Someone sent me their cat's paw that they had purchased the butter, the coconut butter, and they applied it to their cat's paw. This was day 1, day 3, and day 5.
Oh.
Yeah, and so it's like,
wow.
I didn't even know it could do this. I don't have pets. I made this for my son. So when they sent this, I was like, oh, okay, so I'm going to make it for pets. And people buy it. They like it, And again, like I said, this was only 5 days. So we don't have to make them big. So we made those containers a little smaller. They're just 2 ounces. And that's like the pet one. But we've been talking about making like sensual products. Because I'm a very sensual woman. I'm into being femininity and just being yourself. And we're sexual beings. So I think it's the evolution for me is naturally going to be some sort of massage oil or lubricant, something natural. I definitely see something like that coming down the pipeline because
if you know it's safe. It's apparently tested. You didn't even know the market was tested. Now you know it's tested. Mm-hmm. There's certain reasons you bring a new product to market. That would probably be one of them.
Yeah, yeah. And I forgot.
You
Oh
heard
my
it
God,
here.
I forgot the name we were gonna come up with. It was like something so funny, like Nutter Butter or something.
Oh, we just lost. We
Because
just
that's a candy bar. Like the name is taken, but it was
is that a
like Nutter Butter Butter.
I never
So
heard that. That is wow. We've lost all the pearl. What is it called? I've heard my
you clutched your pearls.
they're gone. Yeah, they've been let go. They're gone. I opened my
So
zip
yeah,
here and I'm like, whew.
yeah. I'm that friend. You have to be like, you're on speaker. so, so yeah. So I listen. It's natural. Just go with the flow. I always say just flow in life, and
No,
sometimes it's about whatever's handy.
you're putting something in your body. Like, okay, we're gonna get disgusting. Fine, you know. No, obviously, I've talked about vaccines. There's no topic. I got so many texts. Don't do that. You're gonna lose every follower. I'm like, well, if I can't have an open, honest discussion, or if that's taboo, that's just crazy. But
And your approach is
the
so
nut,
non-judgmental. So I don't see
because I'm really
anybody. You
one.
don't make it political. You made it more about a parent's choice for their child, not so much about, judging, who does what.
Well, because I guess that's what it was to me. Because when I heard about it, a few moms had sent me over like a few weeks. They had sent me some stuff, and I, slowly was looking into it. And then I'm like, oh no, this can't be. And I was just thinking like, okay, talking to some girlfriends in Canada. Anyways, that's a whole other discussion. But I don't even know now. I'm like, the vaccines is thrown. Oh, I know what we're talking about. Sorry. If I'm so controversial, I'm going to talk about vaccines. I'll talk about like pleasure oils or whatever we're going to call them. But if you're something in your body, inside your body, guys, you're going to eat it. Let's just not be disgusting. Okay, we're talking about eating. You're going to eat it, right? Inside your body. I hope I know what's in there. I hope I know the ingredients that are in there. What is that? Is that safe?
By the way, my butters taste delicious. I don't recommend for you to eat them. I mean, you'd be fine.
I'm gonna go get one now.
They're created to be worn. But if you just happen to like lick someone who's wearing it,
you happen. I slipped into it. Sorry.
Yeah, you won't be mad. You won't be mad at all.
Do you know how like torturous this is? I can't see any of the comments. I don't even know what's the most recent comment you can see, just for fun.
Somebody said that would definitely sell.
Okay, I see that one.
I don't know if it was the Nutter Butter or
no, I it's the Nutter Butter. That's what they're
so yeah, I'm telling you, man, I have and I always, the thing about it is when you have a job and you have a family and you have other stuff, it's if I was able to just like isolate somewhere, I'd be able to manifest all these things in my head. I can see her I can't see her whole face.
Where do you want me to put my face? Because I have my phone. The problem is I was really unprofessional part 2. My phone isn't charged sufficiently. Now it's plugged in. So the length you guys get is like the reach of my arm. So I'm like 5'8", 5'7" and a half. So this is it. This is as much face you're gonna get. Like, should I put my hair up? Like, is it? I don't know.
You look fine.
I have a 6-month-old baby.
I know.
So
she has
the bag, the filter. I get so. You guys really bust my chops about the filter. I like the filters. Leave me alone.
Listen, I'm gonna be doing that too. Okay. I just happen to not be so tired today. So.
I'm so happy. I'm like, look, I look like I'm alive.
You look amazing. But yeah, so somebody asked if they can order online.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes. There's purebystashas.com.
So in your profile right now, is there a link they can click and go to your website?
Yes, there is a link.
Voila.
That's good. And you can support a small business today.
Yeah. And it's Black History Month.
Yes,
so
yes, it is.
If you just didn't have a There you go.
I don't know what just happened. Hold on.
It was just me.
Was it? Vivian, can you help me with this, love?
That's why now I'm holding mine because it's plugged in.
I know, we're all like.
Okay, so let's move on to the reels.
But yeah, so there's Pure by Shasha. There's also Etsy for people looking But purebystashha.com is, of course, I had
At the
initially,
mall?
I didn't have a website for so long. I didn't have a website because it was just kind of like a nightmare. Can you lower that? It was a nightmare just finding someone who could help me with the website. And then recently I was blessed by website angels who were just like, wait, why don't you have a website and stuff like that? It was a disaster. It was maybe 4 people and a couple $1,000, and it just turned out to not ever happen. And so finally, that's why I had mentioned the Etsy, because that's kind of one of those things that it's just done for you. All you have to do is upload the pictures, whereas the other stuff you're building.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely need to be able to, you get a good website, great, but now you need to upkeep that website. How's that gonna happen?
Right. And then, well, of course, with Etsy, you know, they take a cut. So it's different. You know, you would prefer to be selling on your own website.
So they can
So
buy it on
yeah, so
website,
purebystashha.com.
the website at the Sono Mall, Sono Collection Mall. Is there any other locations yet?
Oh, so we are at the Sono Collection right
Yes.
now on
Yep.
level 1 outside of Bloomingdale's, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, open to close. And we've been in a couple of stores. Yeah, we've been in a couple of stores, but not
Do you
having
want
real
to be in any
storefront.
stores? Here's some questions. Do you want to be in any stores? Should I reach
Oh,
out to some
yeah.
stores I know and say, hey, I know a great product, because I do, and I've used it myself, multiple products. So
Absolutely. That's the goal. So
okay,
it's about doing the
I'll
legwork and
speak to some
going out and
people.
being able. So we plan to like kind of peddle our wares at the local pet stores for the fur. And I think this Saturday is Love Your Pet Day or something. It's like National Pet Lovers Day. So we're hoping everyone buys their pet a fur baby bliss butter.
But then you need to
$20.
promote it now. That could be your post for tomorrow with all the hashtags.
Yeah.
With all the hashtags.
Right. So those are 20. And then another, so that's what we're going to start doing, is going around and trying to market, because we want to stay small, like in the smaller local shops, to just maintain the handmade status and everything right now. So, but the more the better, of course. And then I remember last year, May was the best month, even though it was the pandemic, because for Mother's Day, people truly supported. That was probably the best month besides this past December that Pure ever had, was Mother's Day of last year.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, just so you know, we make beautiful gift boxes.
Yeah.
And I actually made one for a real estate broker who, you know, when
Put it higher. Put it higher.
someone closes
Yes.
on a home,
Oh, that's so
usually
nice.
the realtor will buy you a
About that.
gift or buy you a bottle of champagne, the one who sold you your home.
I wish I got
So
instead.
yeah, I was at the mall one day and someone gave me the idea. It was like, hey, you know, you should approach real estate companies and, you know, let them know that you can do like a closing box for them.
So I know some real estate agents. I could introduce you.
Right. So this is actually a box someone ordered. This is $150. Yeah, and they were like, give me. So I do different ranges. If you tell me, hey, I want a $100 box, I want a $200 box. I've done $300 boxes, and then it determines what goes into it and the amount. But people are always really happy about receiving a handmade items, and there's bath salts in there, candles, sprays, some bubbly massagers.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice. Is it edible?
Nothing edible yet, but that's what I'm saying with the nutter butter and the edible body. Watch, next Valentine's Day is gonna be lit. there's gonna be more, and then we started a loyalty program as well.
That's so good. That's so smart. What a good idea.
Yeah, so you know how some businesses have that.
Yeah.
So it's like if you come to the kiosk or you order, and then you just know that your 6th item, you'll receive a travel butter or something of similar. Yes. Someone said, do we have anything for anxiety? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
What do you have?
So we use the crystal roller balls. This is a good one for anxiety. as well as, so this is frankincense and amethyst. There's also, so the amethyst is a very soothing, calming stone. This is something you just want to have on you. I will go back. I don't care if I'm going to miss a flight. I will not leave the house without my crystals. So I don't care like about too much, but I can't. When I first met my husband, like I would like be taking off my bra and then he like crystals would be falling out and he'd be like, "Did you steal those?" So and I was like,
That's where they
"No,
live.
no crystals in your underwear." So it's kind of like that kind of thing. So with clear quartz, this is the master healer. It helps with insomnia, anxiety, depression. And then it has sage oil, which kind of wards off negative thoughts and negative energy. The amethyst I told you is very soothing. And then there's aquamarine that I do with lavender. I'm sorry. It just keeps pausing almost.
Go back upstairs.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so those things and are the two main things. So I'm gonna kind of turn it. That's not turned. All right, so just to show, I'm coming through, people. The reception is not so good. So this is where I get my energy in the morning, this machine here. Excuse us. So I was having some receptivity issues. He's painting. And we are going up. So like I said, to be able to have that
Second space. That's great.
second kitchen is like a godsend. So it should be better here, right?
Yes, I'm sure.
Turn it. That is my niece, my helper. Hi, Lily. She didn't
Hi,
want to be
Lily.
on camera.
She's like, what happened? What happened?
But she makes so much possible. And she also helps with the kids, like where we're out hustling and grinding. So it truly is a family affair. Oh, yes. Thank you for your expertise for doing our website. Yes, Alta Stellar. Shout out. And super fast. If anyone's looking for a website done yesterday, that's the person.
That's important to know because there's a
You
lot.
have no idea what I went through prior. I gave up. I was just like, because I'm one of those people, I don't like forcing things. So I was like, I guess I'm just not supposed to have a website because why isn't it happening? You know, I'm going to people, I'm getting recommendations and it's all falling apart. So I was just convinced that I wasn't supposed to have one. And they were like, oh, and then like literally like 3 days later, but you see,
wow.
yeah, if you go there. So I can honestly say I have a lot of angels.
Do you have any gift certificates?
So no, I haven't created those, but I'm open to it because on the Square app, there's like an app where you're able to create those things.
Okay.
Because of the reception. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I heard her. Mm-hmm. So that's why I came upstairs because of the reception. But yeah, we're totally working on that for the gift certificates. And again, with Mother's Day coming up, if you're interested in any gift boxes, you can always DM me, tell me your budget, tell me the kind of scents the person's into, or maybe, I don't want to call it issues, but like what concerns they may want to address. And then I'll be able to help because different people have different things. Sometimes people, and it's so funny. That's one of the things about being at the mall when each exchange literally takes 15 minutes or 10 minutes because there's so much connecting going on. Sometimes we end up praying together, crying together. I'll be like, I know exactly what you need. I'll know which oil you need, and then they'll tell me the situation they're in, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
just knew you needed this. So that's why I say it's a very spiritual, like a very spiritual thing. So hello.
Hi.
Let me see in the comments if anybody asking any questions. Oh, somebody asked about the gift certificates there. Yeah, so that's something that we're working on. Is that Michaela from the other day?
Is it?
Let me see. So does anybody else have any questions?
Do you want to move on
I
to?
can't be distracted. Like I just.
Do you want to
Hello?
move on
I'm
to
sorry.
reels?
Say that again.
Do you want to move on to reels?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay,
So
so
because I don't see any other questions.
I'm just gonna take a minute just to send this one. Just 1 second. I'm gonna just send this to a few.
She didn't want to be on.
1 second. One little second.
So yeah, if you're in the Norwalk area or not far, you can come see us at the Sono Collection. This December was such proof of how people like to support small business, because a lot of the people who came out to the mall, they obviously weren't coming for us, the small vendors, but they all stopped and supported, and it was really, really nice to get the support from the community.
Okay, so I wanted to just send it
Okay.
to people first. That I wanted to make sure they get to see this after. But a lot of business have been asking me about reels and how do they make a reel and what would be the benefits of posting a reel. So like we had said when we first started the live, Instagram was trying to compete or take over the market of TikToks. They created reels, and basically anyone who uses any accounts now that use reels are they're like sponsored for free by Instagram. So they're gonna like promote that video. They're gonna put that video on their homepage. That account is gonna have, I think it's like a better algorithm rater. I'm not sure, how to phrase it, but sorry, I have to make sure.
Because of the amount of views, right?
So not only the amount of views, no, also because it's one of their products and you're using one of their products. Let's say you upload TikTok or you're using a different platform. But when you make a reel, you're using Instagram's platform. You're not sharing another platform onto Instagram. So TikTok, you upload that onto Instagram, but TikTok doesn't care about that. That doesn't help them. That brings people back out of Instagram to TikTok. So making reels. I'm going to give 2 examples for making reels. One's going to be for your business. I'm going to start with. So I think you should make reels. So I would like you to make reels of the process. To make it, easy for you, you already do, or for any business, just think about whatever product you're selling. To get to that end result, you probably have steps to take, correct? Correct, right? Most things you're selling, even if you're selling, like the girl who does the lunch boxes, if you're trying to sell that box, for example, you have steps. You have the empty box, you put things in. So for you, if you start making the reel. So basically a reel is a short video with tiny little clips each time. So instead of a long,
like 15 seconds.
Yeah, or you could change the time. The time, it could really be any amount of time. But instead of doing a long consecutive video, you're doing piece by piece by piece. So in each piece, the ones that seem to do well, besides like the personal ones of people pointing, besides those ones. But if you're trying to, for your business, promote your business, you need to show your product. So if you're making bombs, you're going to start with an empty jar. You're going to have a nice clean surface. You're going to shoot probably down so I can see the jar. And it's going to be like a time lapse. At the end of that last one, okay, is going to be that finished product. Maybe it's a lavender bomb. So beside the end product, you're going to place some little like lavender petals or flowers, whatever it is, beside, so it visually looks nice. So when you finish creating that reel, the end picture is your finished product. You're going to save the reel. You're not going to ever post the reel right away. Never do that. You're going to save it to drafts. Okay. Then now it's saved. You go on to something else. You go to the camera and now you take a picture of that beautiful finished image, and that's going to be the cover of your reel. right? So now somebody gets to see the product rather than just a picture. The reason why these like Instagram and TikTok, they do so well is because it keeps you on there scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So you want someone on your business page. You don't want them to get out. You want them to scroll and look at all your videos.
Yeah.
I'm going to get hooked into the watching your process. You're going to, I'm going to be like, oh, look how she's making, you know, the mists, the crystal. I want to see those steps. Tuck, 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 short little, and it has to be short. If you're filming, I'm bored. Now I'm bored. I'm out. Now you just lost me. So if you film, when I see a reel, sometimes
it's like snap.
How long can you get someone's attention for, right? 2-3 seconds. Don't film for longer than 3 seconds. Just don't do it.
Yeah, I remember you saying you lose the person.
Because you think it's good. I'll make a reel sometimes and be like, wow, it sucks. I'll show my husband out and then he's like, what? I'm like, it's so great. Because you always think what you're doing is so great, but you're doing it if you're doing a business to capture someone's, the audience. You're not doing it. It's not your private picture time. It's we're trying to do a reel for Instagram.
Why commercials are, you know, quick.
Fast. So that's the purpose of the reel. So whatever information you could get about that product.
Oh, you got a compliment. I'll just tell her they said amazing tip.
Thank you. So look, the other suggestion I was going to give was for the giveaway. I'm posting a giveaway after this reel. I'm posting a giveaway. I was supposed to post it before. Couldn't get the kids to bed. Sorry. But as soon as this is over, I'm going to post a giveaway. That company makes custom wood items. Whatever you want made of wood, they make it. Garden, house, whatever. Right? So cool reel for them would be a picture of wood lying on the floor, just wood scattered on the floor. Then another, that's like 3 seconds. The next one is tools. The next one is like step by step of you making that item. How cool would it be to watch? Tick, 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 and at the end you're like, that's a kitchen stool for a kid.
So
I would never
like all the different type of butters and oils that I use, like a quick, like, okay, the shea butter, the coconut butter, jojoba oil, vitamin E, kind of like, but in one thing, and then you kind of see them come together to form the finished.
Let's say you don't have, you want to do a reel, but you don't have that type of product that you need to make. You're selling something, right? You're selling a stove. Let's say you're selling a beautiful stove. How are you going to sell that stove? Interact with that stove. So the reel could be a few seconds of the stove a bit further. The next one, the stove closer. The next one's cooking on the stove. Just different angles. Then what's beautiful about the stove? Maybe the dial. It's a nice chrome dial. Close up of the dial. So you can show different parts of your item. If you don't have an assembly line type of product, you can show different usabilities or the versatility of that one product that you have.
It's just so much.
No, it's not. So
there's so much to do, so much to think about, so much I want to do.
I have
so
2
much
tips.
We want to do.
These are going to be 2 good tips, and these are going to be my last tips. If you have more questions about reels, reach out to me. But my 2 tips are going to be this for business pages. Number 1, go into notes, regardless of Android, iPhone, you have notes, a section of notes. Create a pad that just says Instagram or the name of your business, okay? Maybe no, call it Instagram because this is only for Instagram. When you have an idea about posting something, an idea about a collaboration, an idea that is relevant or pertains to Instagram, write it in there, okay? That's my first tip because people have amazing ideas and you forget the idea, especially when you have another life, another job. It's too much. You're not just sitting there doing Instagram, right? My other tip is create content, several different types of content in one sitting. So when I write down different reels I want to do about Easter, I'm going to film those reels in that same hour so that I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 reels done. Like I told you, you save them all. So now when I need content, I'm not like, this is the biggest thing that entrepreneurs, when they write to me about, can you help my business? Can you post my business? I'll look at their page and like, you don't have any content. They're like, I don't know how to make content. You have to do tons of content in one shot so that you're not like struggling to find content.
Yeah. A friend of mine had told me that too, that she's like, you know, on a good hair day, she'll just keep changing her outfit. she'll make like
that's what they
videos,
do. But that's
posts and just keep changing her shirt and just keep changing her shirt. And it's like, And that's the thing. You don't want to feel like you're just posting to post. You want it to be organic. You want it to be real or whatever.
But you do need
but
content.
you got to be consistent.
You need to be consistent, and you do need content for your business. And it can't be like, I have nothing to post. I'm gonna take a picture of my dog. Are you selling anything dog related? Is there anything dog related about what's happening in your business? Then you can't show that dog then, because it has to be business. Because when someone is scrolling, once they get confused, you lose them, because there's so much stimulation on your phone, on TV, like all around you. So you think like, oh, it's okay, those are 3 like bad pictures. No, you've lost them. They're gone now.
Right.
A lot of pressure.
So no, it certainly is. And as a person who I like to go hard or go home. So that's the thing. So
when you're creating your products, right, I think you can get tons of reels done when you're doing the product, or your niece, or if you said you had someone helping, to film. Okay, we have all the, because I saw the video you did with your son. Your process seems to already be neat and organized. That's how you're operating anyways.
Oh yeah.
So you don't have to be like, oh wait, let's make it look. No, your shit's organized. I saw it. I was like, why are you doing a reel right now? This is so good.
I know.
It's clean, it's organized. You want to see that. Then it's like, it's an ideal reel because you have the steps. And everyone wants to see, what's that end product? What did this jar, what's going to go in that jar? What are the steps? A crystal. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Now I'm watching. Now I'm still watching. You're not going to
hear that, Vivian?
You're not going to share all the sauce.
You have to do reels.
I don't want you to share all the sauce, right? But I do want to see a little bit inside that kitchen. If you're a business, 203, no, Westchester Blogger and Mount Kisco were doing a live a few days ago. And they said, if you have a business, because Westchester Blogger, she goes to different restaurants, right? Do you ever have a question about restaurants? You know, she's definitely also someone you can ask. She said, I want to see inside your restaurant. Get me in your restaurant. Show me the outside of your restaurant. Let's go through, like, so the beginning of the reel is outside the restaurant. Stop. The next reel is you going through, you get into the restaurant. Boom. Next reel is you sitting at the table. Boom. Next reel is you showing the menu. Or you have a beautiful bar. Do you want people to sit at that bar? Right? So walk me through the process. Get to the bar. Get a drink.
Right.
I'm trying to think of the name of the business, and I don't want to say it wrong. I want to say there's a business that I'm going to tag. I'm going to share a video next of the business that does such a good job getting you in there. That's how they got me. They posted so many videos of inside and them making drinks and pretending to serve me a drink. I don't even drink alcohol. Like, oh, it looks pretty. I don't know. The taste, I can't get. My husband's like, you're a cheap drunk. I'm going to marry you, because we would go out and not have one drink. I'm like, that's enough. He's like, you don't really like the taste of alcohol, really. But anyways, get me there. Get me in your restaurant. And I'm, the chances are you got someone to go inside. So use reels, use your social media. If you have a business, you're trying to turn it into a business, use all these features. They're free. This is like free.
And for people the whole connection thing is my biggest thing. I want people to kind of see all sides of us, of me, and just because that's my personality. I'm a very kind of open, like, my heart is kind of like always open and just very, so, I don't know, some people are just more sharers than others. So I would consider myself a sharer. So it would just make sense to kind of involve people in the process a little bit more.
So I wanted to share all of the tips and tricks I was learning and that people were sharing so generous with me. The big problem that I had, which now I notice I'm not alone. A lot of people don't want to put their visage. I'm French, right? So la visage. A lot of people don't want to put that face on the camera, and it's such a hurdle. And like, look, I'm still hiding behind a filter, so I don't know when I'm going to be fully comfortable to just play with a filter. This is my face. I don't know. I don't want people. Do I want someone like shouting me out in the street and be like, Genie, ignore? Like, oh, I don't know. I'm friendly, and if you do, I'll say hi. But I'm like, I don't know if I'm shy or what it is. But I get when businesses say, I don't want to show my face. You know what? The businesses that show their face, though, they do better. They do better.
And there are some people who are like the silent partner, and they have someone else as the face that's not even the face.
Oh yeah,
but yeah.
I've interacted with accounts. I thought I was talking to the person, and then at the end it was like, oh no, the owner has me doing this. I'm like, well, that owner is pretty smart.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm open to doing it all in terms of putting myself out there and being the face. I didn't want to be like on the products. You know, I never wanted.
But your
like,
logo
to,
is beautiful. You have a
thank
really
you so
nice.
much.
I've looked at a lot of logos in my life. That's
When
a
we
logo.
came to look at this house, and I saw there's a koi pond in the back, and there was a lotus flower in it.
Wow.
I almost had a heart attack.
You're like, this is the house.
I was like, this is the house. And then the zip code ended in 11, which is like my obsessive number and everything like that. So I was just, you know, I've always been obsessed with the lotus. I liken my life to the lotus flower. And just like, so you can kind of just come out clean, you know? And that's the symbolism for me. And then the drop is like a life-giving drop of water, because the creating process is life-giving for me. I feel like I'm gonna stay young ish because I have this creative outlet. And that's what I was saying. I wonder how people with, like, how do you hold it inside? Like, how does that feel?
I don't think everyone has a creative outlet. No, I don't think everyone has a creative outlet.
No, I'm saying the people who do.
Oh, then they're
you
sad.
know, and then you don't do it. It's like almost torturous.
They're sad,
you
yeah.
know? Yeah, and then once you start doing it, it kind of just flows. So I know for me, I can make candles for 8 hours and it feels like 30 minutes.
That's like me with painting. I love painting. I love painting.
Like, wait a minute, it's 7 o'clock, and it was 11 when I started. Or
I know,
something.
I know exactly how you feel. If you're doing something that lets out that side, it's I won't say I'm happiest when I'm painting, because that's like, I could think of so many other instances when like I'm with my kids and my husband and I'm observing my kid. When I watch my kids play with my husband, is like, my heart is like melting.
It's a different joy though, because
but painting is
fulfillment.
Painting makes me really content, really just like I have my reggaeton on and I'm just like living my life. I'm so happy, smiley, like just yeah.
So now I have a business partner who wants me to like measure stuff. And I'm like, I've never measured anything I've ever made in the kitchen. People used to think I didn't want to share recipes. And I'm like, well, you just put a little bit of this, a little bit of that, dash of this. And then I would like always say I season until the ancestors tell me to stop, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, but I need to know. And some people are like that. Like they need to know. And I'm just like, well, I don't feel like I'm being creative anymore if I know how much is in there. But it's not true. You know, you can still know.
Well, you've been doing it intensively for like intensively now. So
yeah, and it's just like a process. That's how I've always cooked. I've never used measurements, even to bake. And with
baking, I don't know how you do that with baking. That's impossible.
I don't know either. I've always called myself a kitchen witch. And
you have 2 kitchens and you love being in the kitchen.
I'll make Thanksgiving dinner in 2 hours. Like I you know, if I celebrated those sorts of holidays, but that's a whole other topic. But yeah, so I just cook really fast, and I've always been like that, just eyeballing stuff. And it's kind of something that just comes from your heart. And what you said about not sharing all the tips or the inside thing, how I would say you can give 10 people an apple pie recipe, the same one, and you would get literally 10 different apple pies.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Different, tasted different, and everything. Same ingredients. It's the hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's the hands, right?
No, it's true though, because I could get a baking recipe. I could follow it exactly, and it just comes up so bad all the time. Like baking is not, I could cook really well, but baking is just so not my thing yet.
Oh yeah. They're being funny here. So
I had fun. I definitely had fun. I had fun talking to you today. I had a great time talking to you. I think it was such a good live, a good first live. If you guys have questions for either of us, I could speak for both of us with this. We're both very open for questions. So if you want to DM us, we're going to answer. Right? We're definitely.
And I'm also open to making custom scents. So you know how you go on a website, you see lavender, you see rose, you see peppermint, hemp, coconut. But let's say you're partial, maybe you wanted a bergamot butter, or you want a eucalyptus butter, because that's something else I used to make, like a chest rub for the kids with eucalyptus in it. I can customize stuff for you. You just will communicate with me.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of small business, you know.
The flexibility.
We aim to please.
The flexibility.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And then customization can be a thing, you know, when it's done on a smaller scale, a larger scale, it doesn't matter. So hit me up. I can make your dreams come true.
So visit her on her website, or which you could find the link directly on her Instagram, or visit her at the Sono Collection in Norwalk. We're going to start working on a few other stores. I'm going to reach out to a few other stores, reach out to the real estate people I know.
Oh, yes.
And
so
I'll share the things that I mentioned out.
What we're going to create is a brochure of different priced baskets. So, and then call them different things, whatever, so that the agents know which baskets to choose for their client, for the closing and stuff like that. So that's the goal, to get those brochures into the real estate agencies. You make a mean omelet. Don't try to be a creative like us. What do you put in your omelet? What makes it mean and angry? I miss omelets.
I'm gonna leave now. I'm gonna jump off because I have to do, I want to do husband time now. I miss my husband. I didn't see him all.
Yes, yes. Thank you all. Thank you for
thank you so much
first
for
live. I think
me.
we could like kind of make this a thing, you know, and just share along the way.
Veggies, that's the best.
Thank you all.
Bye guys, have such a good night.
Yes.
Bye,
Thank you,
Shasha.
Genie.
Bye.
You're amazing.
Bye.
So she left. All right. Does anybody have any questions for Pure by Shasha, for Shasha, or for people in the background who are pretending they're not here? Let's see. So no questions? Then I guess we'll end. But you can always message me. I'm very accessible. My number's there. I'm here for y'all. And you can always catch us at the Sono Collection and purebysasha.com. I might get that tattooed on my forehead. Why not? Like, cover the wrinkles, like right there. Aw, thank you. Namaste. I am humbled. I'm humbled, and I'm every day I'm in a reverence of everything that's happening. But I don't say I don't believe it, because I truly believe that the universe rewards hard work, and that you just have to dream big. If you don't, you know, and the comfort zone is for suckers. So I'm going to be going live, good, bad, or indifferent. We got to go live more often, because that's definitely not a comfort zone for people. So it's not about being fearless. It's about not being stopped by your fears, and just kind of doing more of whatever scares you, you know, to make you feel more alive. Oh, thank you. You gotta message me and give me your name, your contact information. I felt that. Thank you. Thank you. It's so funny. Right above you is one of my old students from like, what, 10, 12 years ago? Jenny. All right, y'all. It's been a long day. And again, message me so we can be in contact, okay? And don't forget purebysasha.com. Have a good night, y'all. Thank you for joining me on my first like official live. She is? You didn't want to be on camera. Okay, she doesn't want to be on camera. All right, good night, everyone. Thank you. We love you. Thank you for your support. We're going to do big things together. Thank you.